Okay, Don, I'm just going to make a short video on how to summarize the Bible in your own words. So you can see on the screen here we're doing we're just going to read Joshua chapter 1, and down below here in this program down here I'm going to write in my own words what this chapter is saying. So we put Joshua chapter 1 like that, and then every day you would make a summary on another document. So he goes like this: after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' aide, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then, you and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan into the land I'm about to give them to the Israelites. So I would put here that just after Moses' death, God speaks to Joshua. Now what does he say to him? You and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan River to the land which I'm about to give them to the Israelites. I will give you every place where you set your foot as promised Moses. So he says, get ready. God tells Joshua, Joshua to get ready, get the people ready to cross over the Jordan into Canaan. Yeah, because that was the land. Alright, verse 3, I will give you every place on which you set your foot as promised. So God promises to give Joshua and the Israelites all the land they were promised the promise was originally given to Moses. Alright, the next verse. I will give you every place on which you set your foot as promised. Your territory will extend from the desert to Lebanon, from the great river, the river Euphrates, to the Hittite country, to the Mediterranean Sea. I would just put in there, when you summarize that, God tells them the extent of the territory he is going to give them. So you don't want to put too much detail in there, it's going to get too heavy to do it. Verse 5, no one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I'll be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. So God also promises. What does he promise? That promises that no one will be able to stand against Joshua. And what else do you say? He'll never never leave him nor forsake him. Pretty cool. That's awesome. Be strong and courageous, he says. I'll just get this to go down a bit. Be strong and courageous, he says. Let me have a look here. Be strong and courageous. Be careful to obey all the law my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn to the left or the right, that you may be successful wherever you go. Well, that's very important, right? So God tells Joshua to be strong and courageous and to obey him. God tells Joshua to be strong and courageous and to obey. I think the emphasis there is on everything. Everything that he told Moses. That's God, that he told Moses. So Joshua must have known what he told him. Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so you may be careful to do everything that's written in it. Then you'll be prosperous and successful. So he's saying Joshua is told to just keep the book of the law and to keep the book of the law and to obey it. Joshua is told to take meticulous care to do what God says in his law. Then you'll be prosperous and successful. If he does this, Joshua does this, he will be prosperous and successful. Then he tells him not to be afraid. He says up here, do not be afraid nor discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Well, that's an amazing, beautiful promise. But it's a promise with a condition, isn't it? That Joshua obeys the law and does everything that's written in it. So he tells him not to be afraid. He tells Joshua not to be afraid or discouraged. Because God will be with him. With him wherever he goes. Oops. Now then I end, that's enough, I think you get the idea. But then I'll just finish this little section here and I'll put this and I'll say, what is this teaching me? What is God saying to me? What is God saying to me through this? Through this passage. And I'll just go before the Lord and ask God to show me what it is that he's teaching me. And obviously that the key to prosperity, to success, to taking this land, to being a tremendous success inside Canaan, which is where they were being sent, was all dependent on the extent to which they obeyed the word of God. So just to put it very quickly, obedience to all the details in the Bible and working and being completely obedient to all God commands is critical for success. And then I'll ask God what it is that I feel that I need to that I maybe have slipped up on. Some area in my life that's weak at the moment, that I'm not obeying God, in some area that He's put His finger on. Because it's always going to be reflective, so it could be whatever the Lord puts on our hearts. We say, God, in what area of the Bible am I falling short? Where am I falling short? And so we just write in there, maybe devotionally, how we apply this to our own life. What area am I? Because God's got a land for us to take. It's our destiny. It's what God has for us to obey Him. So I hope you enjoy that.